Okay, if you people like jokes, I've got one for you, and I made this up by myself. So, one time, me and my friend were sitting in the park bench, and we're sitting there eating our lunch, and this beautiful woman walks by. So I say to my friend, I said, "Hey, John." He goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" I said, "I'll bet you $10 I'll have a date with her on Thursday night." John looks at me and says, "You understand. You just got a divorce. You're going through a rough time. That woman is you're twice as old as her. How the hell are you going to get a date with her on Thursday night?" I said, "Well, I'll bet you $10 I'll have a date with her on Thursday night." John says, "Okay, go do your stuff." So I go up there, I talk to the woman, we have a little conversation, and then the woman says to me, "Yeah, Thursday night sounds good. I'll be right over." I come back, John hands me the $10, and John says, "So, what'd you say to her?" I said, "Well, I told her a little about myself, and I said, oh, by the way, I am friends with Brad Pitt. How would you like to come over to my house and meet him Thursday night?" And she's like, "Yeah." So John's like, "It's not a bad line. That's pretty good, right?" So about 15 minutes later, another nice woman walks by. I go, "Hey, John." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "I'll bet you $20 I'll have a date with her on Friday night." John says to me, "Don, you have to understand, not all the women go for Brad Pitt. You do understand that." I said, "I thought you'll understand, but $20 says I'll have her on Friday night." He goes, "Okay, you're on." So I go to the woman, start having a conversation with her, and she's like, "Yeah, Friday night sounds good to me." So I come back, John hands me the $20 and says, "What did you say to her?" I said, "Well, I told her I was best friends with Tom Cruise and he's coming on my house Saturday night. How'd you like to meet him?" John's like, "Wow, that's good." I said, "You see, John, what you do is you say to a woman that you're friends with a famous person or celebrity, and every time they'll go for it. Every single time. Never fails." So, 15 minutes later, beautiful woman walks by. Looks like Christy Brinkley back in the day, right? And I said, "John, there's your chance. Go for it, all right?" So John brushes his hair back, straightens his tie, checks his coat, goes over to her, talks to her. The woman slaps him across the face. John comes over and says, "Oh, man, did that hurt?" I said, "John, what did you say to her?" And he says, "I know one thing. I ain't friends with Joe Biden." Ha ha!